It crashed.
Uh-oh.
Engines on that German battleship, which blew up the mighty battle cruiser Hood. The signal comes by wireless. Plane has spotted the plane.
What's going on?
Engines on that German battleship, which blew up the mighty battle cruiser Hood. The signal comes by wireless. Plane has spotted the plane's man.
So, did you find the boat?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another World of Warships live stream. I am Mr. Conway. With me are two very, very special guests for today. I know
I see you have done something with my title. Very smart of you too. Yes, Lord of Twins here for today at least.
Yes, we have Lord of Twins, we have Mr. Conway, and in the back we have twin number 2, Mr. Crysantos.
Hello,
he's
everybody.
a little bit green because he's far away.
I'm far away. I'm basically on a different stream already.
But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to play some rank today. And because we're 3 and we can only play rank with one person, we're going to have one ranked player, a victim, try hard, and we're going to have 2 backseat admirals. So we're going to be chatting to you in chat, and well, Mr. Lordofdroid is going to be grinding those stars.
I really volunteered for it almost, right? Like
Almost.
but I did.
Almost. I think you did volunteer. I think it's fair enough to say that you did. It's fantastic to see all of you again. I hope you guys enjoyed our Sabaton Bismarck collaboration. It's one of my absolute favorite music videos on YouTube, and I highly recommend you add it to your playlists if you haven't yet. Yeah. So. Do you want to just start right away? But we've got 1 or 2 things to talk about. First of all, we are triangling a little extension that one of our community members, Rukentia, has developed. It's a ship voting extension. So for those of you who are watching on Twitch, you can today interact with us through this ship voting extension and tell us which ship you would like Lordofdroid to play. So he's selected 5 of his favorite ranked ships. I'm going to open the vote now, and you should be seeing a pop-up on your Twitch screen right now. If not, on the bottom right of your stream, there's a little extensions button where you can enable these extensions. So you can decide to do that. Somebody says broadcaster has not enabled drops.
No, they are enabled.
This is incorrect. Drops are definitely enabled for us. We know this because they're our drops. And speaking of Twitch drops, those of you who have been paying attention over the last weeks know that I think a week and a half ago we shared a bonus code with Crysantos Hardcore Challenge.
How's that going, by the way?
I completed
very
it.
well, very well. Yeah, I think I
Too
need to
easy,
double
then.
check numbers, but it might have been. I wouldn't say it was too easy because
That's
it's
what-
not too easy. But a lot of people were
too
actually
easy.
able to do this. So for next time, I might,
I
put up the
remember the
bar.
feedback given to you was a bit explicit in the difficulty level.
One of our devs in St. Petersburg came and said, "What's this? Look, this is anybody can do this mission. It's much too easy. Look at the Yamamoto campaign.
That's not
That
how
has
he
some
said.
true missions."
He said that is for wussies.
That's true. That's again. But yeah. So next time we're going to make it a little bit harder. But we have another bonus code for you guys that you can enable. So all you need to do is you go to your World of Warships portal. It works on all regions. On the top right, you click on your profile, click activating wargaming code, and you enter the code. Let's wait. We can do a cinematic reveal. Should we do the cinematic reveal?
Let's do this.
Is the cinematic reveal actually working?
That-
I think
Not
we
so
might have
sure.
had some. I think it does work. Let's try.
Are you
Let's
sure about that?
Let's try it out.
Ooh.
Yes. It looks like we can get a cinematic reveal. So the bonus code is "So You Think You're Tough." If you go activate it now, you should get a personal mission that'll show up in port, and this personal mission will require you to play Soviet battleships because that is the theme of the current month. You have to play Soviet battleships between tier 4 and tier 10. You will have to gain 1,250 base XP, capture or assist in capturing 1 point, and get 1.5 million potential damage. Good luck, captains. Have you activated it?
No.
You should do it now. We can see if you can rank this actually. Perfect place to complete this mission, especially if you're going to play in the Kremlin, because it is really well suited for those aggressive pushes, and like I've had many caps with it, so it's a good ship for it. But you can do it with in any mode, of course. Cool. The follow extension is covering the code a bit. You should be able to just click that away, I think.
I hope.
Okay, so Lordofdroid, do you wanna find out what your first ship is?
Wait, let me activate the... Oh, where is it?
Top right. Click in the image.
Yes,
Activate wargaming code.
activate.
Yes.
And what was it?
So you think you're tough.
Hang on. Yes. Like
No,
this.
you're. No, R. Yes.
That's
E.
On purpose?
No. Just no A.
So you think you're tough? Mm-hmm.
No. You're like that. Fantastic.
Confirmed.
So you'll have a personal mission in port. Can you actually show everybody what that looks like right now? That
like
would be
one of those.
Yes, it should be in your combat missions under personal assignments.
Here we go.
There we go, MrConway's Rush B challenge. Okay, let's have a look what ship is that Twitch chat has chosen for you, and it is Minotaur.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Come on, could be worse.
Well, like what?
So the way this is going to work, guys, is Lordofdroid is going to play, and all of us we're gonna give him helpful bits of advice, right?
And
so Twitch chat and YouTube chat, we really want you to like help us out by suggesting great plays for Lordofdroid to do. And we are going to help you by communicating them to him, because he's obviously going to have to concentrate on gaming, right? So this is the Backseat Gaming Show, and we are all going to backseat game together. This is Twitch Plays Lordofdroid.
Oh my god. And I can choose to ignore your nuggets of wisdom, right?
You can try.
Okay. Oh, let's see.
Unknown Error says, has a Lenin, but Crysantos Twitch Hardcore Challenge doesn't work for him. What?
No, it should work.
It should work. It's available for all Soviet battleships tier 4 to 10.
Well, it's available for all Soviet ships. So
No, just battleships.
Yeah, it's the battleship only.
No, just battleships.
Yeah, for you.
for yours.
No, for
yours.
his, yes.
Okay. Because for Crysantos challenge, that is available for all tier 8 to tier 10 Soviet ships.
Yes, so if you haven't activated the first mission yet, by the way, the bonus code should still be active. The bonus code is easier than the next. Crysantos was on vacation while I chose the codes.
Yes.
Code not valid? How is that possible?
So if the code isn't valid, then you've made a mistake.
Yes, exactly. Because we checked this, obviously, before we went live. And I can verify that that code absolutely works. If it doesn't work for you, make sure that the spelling is correct. And that you don't put in any like spaces, underscores, and so on. So, Mr. Lord of the Twins.
Yes.
Tell us
a bit about
what's your play? What's your plan? What's
So there is one radar. I have to wait when the radar passes. Probably Des Moines will be just here. That's where they like to park. So I'm gonna cover gearing. I will slow down a bit right now to make some space so that I don't get spotted. And then smoke up somewhere here, activate my hydro, and hope that no citadel happens to me during that time. I mean, Minotaur is a lot of hopes and dreams. So I don't know. And they have gearing and a Z52, so we'll see.
Crysantos, what's your feedback on this game plan?
Well, I like that he's going to support the gearing, because that's going to help the gearing a lot. You don't want to really see a Minotaur popping up right next to the DD.
I'm spotted already.
Spotted?
That's a bad news for me.
No, it's also bad news for the DD.
I would smoke.
I would definitely smoke and hydro up. So that will keep you safe. As you can see, already first cell was 3k. Bam. Now the problem is, as soon the gearing
is
so that kind of.
So this is usually where I would say communicate early on with your team what your plan is. For example, if you tell the gearing that, hey gearing, I'm going to support you.
And Gear is gonna die?
No,
yes, he's gonna die.
Believe.
Yeah, believe that. And
now you're
radar. I'm on hydro.
Oh no! Yes, you're the one who's no.
You can do it. You can turn.
I believe. We believe.
Easy.
Chat, are you believing?
Yes.
Ah, glorious.
Yeah, but there is hydro. That's not
very
good
nice
enough.
dodge. Oh, Zed is hydroing you.
5 ships focusing on me.
Now you have to wait basically for the Republic to shoot, and then turn away. Easy now. Yes, turn and run like a girl.
What did you say? Like a girl. Oops.
No, you can do this.
No, I think it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be rough. Minotaur is such a squishy ship.
It is, especially when there's a Des Moines with super heavy AP ready for your broadside.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that, especially if you communicate properly early on, for example, letting the DD know how you're trying to help him and how he might use his smoke.
Oh, he ran aground. Ping him. F3, F3, F3.
Then at least your team has a higher chance.
I think
of
you guys.
knowing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys believe a lot in communication, but
the Corvus should easily be able to nuke him.
Ah, there we go. Z52 is dead.
Good job.
Where are my torpedoes going? Ah, one bonus hit. I'm back in my comfort zone.
Okay.
Hang on.
That worked well.
Hang on. No.
Snoo Rip says, let me repeat the wise words of wargaming. Just dodge.
Well, I did.
Yes, you did.
That was a nice dodge. I mean, I was expecting to take at least one, but I didn't take anything.
And Takru says, you've already got a 50% bonus to your rate of fire from Adrenaline Rush. And it's clearly calculated to give you maximum DPM and DACA.
I don't remember if I have it. Yes, I have. I have.
Let's just claim that you have it and
yes.
played for that.
Of course
reason.
I have it. It was all calculated.
Well, this actually looks surprisingly like it's going quite well already.
Well, wow, it's just one each and the scores are almost even. Oh, where is he?
Ooh.
Anyway, chat,
That's
while
the
Lordofdroid is
biggest
doing this, how are you guys doing, right? It's been a week. It's been a long week. We've been quite busy.
The OM40 says he detonated 3 times in a row. Can you guys stop trolling for the love of God? Maybe it's karma. What did you do? Come on. You can tell us. We're alone here. This is like a
we are alone here. The famous last words. We are alone here.
You can confess. It's fine. What did you do to anger the RNGesus? Terry Cox is asking, how close is the USS Georgia to release?
Very close.
There you have it.
Like, yeah.
Might
imminent.
Come in. That's the best you will get, because I won't say anymore.
Well, imminent means anything. Like, I could be like...
Imminent could be 2021 for Christmas.
Just remember
Usually we say soon TM.
T61.
Usually you say soon TM. Imminent is clearly on a different
TM
time
is
scale.
already 2017.
Danger's imminent. It's not a problem.
Why where is Republic going?
How close is Kitakami?
Not imminent.
Not imminent at all.
Let's talk in imminent terms. It's not imminent at all.
Imminent.
I think somewhere in St. Petersburg there's a secret private server hidden behind 2 locked doors that only a select handful of people have access to. And when they get really frustrated, they go in there and play a game of co-op with the Kitakami on the only server that it exists on. But it is not in the actual live client. So
I'm disappointed that Des Moines survived.
And Ashley's asking, is there any way to upgrade my Massachusetts into a Massachusetts B? You search Google, but you can't find anything about it. Is it possible to get a full black camo? So, no. There's no option for this. I think it's realistic to say that there might be another chance to get to the Massachusetts black at some point in the future. But right now, the only way you can turn your Massachusetts into a black Massachusetts is if you still have a few of those consumable camos.
Gearing.
Wait.
It's okay, I understand. Hydration is important.
Yes.
Especially if you're not flooded.
Oh, that poor Gearing. Oh, I feel for him.
That's going to hurt.
Not enough. Not enough.
Watch out for the Des Moines, yes. The good thing is that I achieved my daily goal of getting up a rank, so I can sit here, relax in the background, and give advice.
Is Republic gonna take care of Des Moines or what? I think I'm gonna. Oh, that leaves me.
So this is the point where I usually ask my team to please not throw this match.
Watch me.
Please don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy.
Lordofdroid is like, challenge accepted. Or as Jingles would put it, clutching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't shoot soon because I will be in detection range, so I'm just gonna park here and
That's fine.
have my hydration.
But that's fine for ranked, because ranked is not about having the greatest game ever, but it's about winning as a team. So sometimes you
sound
will
like
have to
our
be
spiritual coach.
That's his
because
point.
it's the truth.
That's why he's so green and ethereal in the background.
Look, we have 3 caps, 724 points. It's very easy to throw this, but I won't.
Yeah. So there's a question
He's
from
reversing.
PandaCo about, do you think making tier 10 ships as rentals was a success? The new players enjoyed it. So I mean, we will have to look into how players experienced that offer. But judging by the numbers of how many people actually tried rentals, I would say
is he aiming at
you?
Dude, it's 5.2.
But is he aiming at you?
I don't. It's Republic. I think my
He's aiming the exact
torpedoes will
opposite
do the
direction,
job.
I think.
He
That's free
is
damage.
completely opposite.
Yes, free damage.
But in general, also we
5K.
know your feedback
Come on.
about rental ships, and you can be
Yes.
sure that we pass
So
that
I'm
along.
detected again. So Des Moines is dead. That's good news. My rest of the torpedoes are coming up.
Also, guys, you have to bear in mind that when you say, like, do you think new players enjoy this experience, I think you had to have a tier 8 ship
I'm gonna
to be
YOLO.
able to get ranked rental. So
well, you
are
play in a
not...
sense of someone who hasn't played tier 10s before.
Yes, but someone who's already reached tier 8 is definitely not a new player anymore and has had a couple of hundred games of World of Warships under his belt, and he's already been playing against tier 10 ships. I mean, yes, ranked is a different experience, but everybody had their first time ranked sometime. So
Oh, where did
And I
that come
think-
from?
That's Minnow.
F's in chat, please.
was,
F's
yes,
in chat.
F's in
F's in
Hey,
chat.
where did that come from?
Also, you have to keep in mind that players with rental ships, they are usually around the very first or the lowest ranks, basically, because that's where they will start. They will play, and only if they are really good at it, they will advance quickly to the higher tiers.
I'm sorry, I have a sinking feeling about this game.
See,
I
this
love
is
that pun.
Do you remember when I said please don't throw this? This is usually what I say. I mean, you have 3 caps. So we know, like 200 points, this should be doable.
If Z52 survives, which is his full health, fully capable, Republic is nearly dead, so I don't actually...
Well, your Republic can definitely sink
What was
the other
that volley?
Republic. Oh, it's too close to the island.
There's a comment from Sherman007 who says, you forget people can just buy a tier 8 premium. Sherman, we know our players, right? And the amount of players that don't have a tier 8 premium or like a completely new player and just suddenly buy a tier 8 premium without like knowing the game is very, very, very
And you
low.
have to, and you still have to have 200 battles at least to be able to access ranked.
Yes.
So it's not like even if you would buy a tier 8 right away, you would not be able to play ranked.
Yeah. It's just that you have to, like we've had many seasons of ranked, and there have always been good players at ranked, and there have always been bad players at ranked. Right now, I think one of the reasons why the ranked rental is getting some backlash is because now it's sometimes easier to identify the bad people or assume that they're bad people by the fact that they are driving a rental.
However, I have to say, like, there are some smart asses.
Yes.
Who take the rental, being Unicum, and pretend that, oh, I'm just a noob. And they're black people, like, left and right. So there are a few. Quite a few.
There was a question from Otobi why it says underneath the stream that broadcaster has not enabled the in-game drops. I don't know why. We definitely have them enabled. I have it right in front of me. And even if it says it here, that really doesn't make that much of a difference. Because I know how the system works and our end, how the data comes in. So you can watch here, you will get your Twitch drops. But we will check with Twitch, because this is a feature we actually enabled 1.5 days ago, actually, that you will see as a notification that the broadcaster has Twitch drops enabled. And the same thing is true that you will get a notification up in the notification corner about Twitch drops and new campaigns. But this is something that we are just right now testing for the first time. So if you see any issues like this, please let us know.
I would like to get comments on my captain build.
Yes, chat, give us comments on the Lordofdroid captain build. And Takro EU is asking, why is the selection of ships to vote so limited? Lordofdroid, care to comment?
Because I don't believe in full democracy.
We can confirm.
No,
yes.
he has more tier 10 ships, but these 5 ships are the ones he's comfortable playing in ranked in front of an audience.
Look, I can open up, but then I 6.1, it takes a while to get here, so I don't want to just start rolling back. If I lose, I can always blame it on the chat, right?
Why do you have IFAG on that captain?
Huh?
Why do you have IFAG on that captain?
Screw you.
Too tempting.
Screw you and your 10.
Tekana says he would highly recommend Radar Minotaur in ranked with RPF.
That requires a lot of team play.
Yes, but that would be my recommendation too. And I would probably also go maybe. I don't know. Yeah. It's a good investment.
There was another question from Reba Siba, which is why not give rentals to random players? Why did you have give rentals in ranked? And he says also tier 10 gameplay is completely different. So a couple of things there. So first of all, we don't need to give rentals to people in random battles because they already play random battles. They know random battles. That's the main game mode in World of Warships. The idea of giving people that haven't quite reached tier 10 yet a rental ship for going into ranked is to get them to try out ranked because it's a game mode they can't otherwise participate in at all because they don't have the ship yet. And this gives them an opportunity to test out a few ships, test out a different mode, and maybe decide, what they want to go grind for. So I think that aspect isn't too bad. And when you say tier 8 and tier 10 gameplay are completely different, that's wrong. The tier 8 ships in World of Warships play against tier 10 ships in every random battle. It's the same tier, and yes, the ships are different, but the gameplay isn't wildly different because they already meet the same ships. The ranked aspect is obviously different gameplay, but then again, you can't stop anybody from playing ranked that hasn't played ranked before because then ranked would be empty.
And it's first time we tried it, so let's see how it goes. That's all we can say right now. Like we haven't tried this before, so we're just gonna look at it how it looks.
Yeah, and Sherman's saying if that's the case, just make ranked tier to something. We have actually some ranked sprints upcoming. There was already an announcement on the portal, and go check it out. So we're gonna have We're gonna have a tier 8 sprint, right?
What? Tier 7.
Tier 7, and there's gonna be 2.
Well, no, but it's still
6, 7. No.
6, 7.
The sprint is 7.
Yes.
The second one as well?
Sprint, what do we call baby?
Well,
rank.
it basically has 2 leagues, but it's still on tier 7.
Wait, you're talking about
we've got 2 separate.
We've
got 2 separate sprints coming up, don't we? Maybe I'm confused.
We can't talk about the second one yet.
Sure. No. Okay, the sprint's coming. Go sprint.
So here I just have to say that, guys, if you want to be informed about what's going on in World of Warships, you can go to our portal. There's a dedicated publication about the ranked sprint that we already released this week. And what you're talking about is that the season is still on tier 7, but it basically has 2 timelines. And the team size is different.
The viewers have chosen the gearing as your second ship. I really have to say, I really like this ship voting.
You can add more ships if you want.
Plugin. We can add more ships.
You can add Smolensk here.
Then give. That's. I don't think that's allowed. But that's. Which other ships would you like me to add? Takru.
You can add. You can add Des Moines. You can add Worcester. You can add.
Des Moines. Sure.
Kurfürst. You can add Kurfürst. Yeah, that would be okay.
Kurfürst.
You can add Montana. I mean, all the battleships, apart from Yamato.
What do you mean apart from Yamato? You don't like Yamato?
Yeah, but then, okay,
So, Mr. Conway, to update you. So, for the ranked sprint, number 5, you have the 2 leagues, and the difference between the seasons is in the mode, because in the season number 5 you have the domination mode. And yes. In season number 6 you will have the updated epicenter mode that you guys can see in it's in ranked battles on Tears of the Desert. They can actually see the updated epicenter mode that you already know from it was the Rings of Saturn mode in space mode, if you've played it.
Yeah. There's a couple of comments on CVs that I would like to address. Sparky says, do you think that giving players the best tool to save a star regardless of a result, like a CV, and rank was a good idea? And Beagle says, get to rank 5, play a couple of rounds, and then tell chat again with a straight face that CVs are not a problem. So whether or not CVs are a good idea in ranked, I mean, is a very different question from the CV work in general. I played my first 20 ranked games in Hakurio with too much success. And if you want my personal opinion, I think they are too strong in ranked. But we'll have to see what the stats show at the end of sort of the ranked season and have a look at it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go try not to do what the gearing in previous game did. So let's see. But I have Des Moines hopefully backing me up and Hindenburg.
So the enemy team has a Des Moines and
a Moskva.
Okay.
So I believe Moskva would not park around C, but you never know.
Yeah, and there's a question from Reba Seba on YouTube who says, I have another question. Can we as players choose if we want CVs in our games, like a checkbox, for instance? And so this is something we definitely won't implement because as any class
there is no such
except
word
a
as
C-
definitely, I'm sorry.
No, but if as any class except a CV, you're pretty much always better off without a CV unless you're running a full AA build cruiser. So any savvy player that's not running a full AA build cruiser would, in my opinion, deactivate CVs, so you wouldn't see the CVs anymore. And the CV players would just go in a game with like 5 AA spec Worcesters. So I don't think that's a solution that is workable.
So and here, what?
Lordofdroid, there might be an enemy radar.
No beaching, not now.
Yeah. So in general, to avoid that situation that the Lordofdroid is in right now, where he's in a bad position that he has to retreat from, the best way to actually go into a cap in ranked is actually to back up into it, which will give you a faster way out of the danger zone. Because that Des Moines, if he has, for example, the
oh my god!
For longer radar period, Lordofdroid is not going to survive.
It feels like 5 hours passed.
Don't worry, I've already opened the next vote for the next ship.
No!
triple fire. I think you're crispy by now.
F's in chat.
Yeah.
F's in chat.
Yes.
There's a fast match. No, but in general, this is ranked is sometimes a game of patience. Actually, any game in ranked is usually a game of patience, where you have to be really disciplined about how you want to approach going for the caps and how you want to approach the enemy fleet. And usually, it's better to in the beginning take a look at how the enemy fleet is coming in. For this, CVs are actually great because of the spotting. You know what's waiting for you on the other side. And if you're DD, if you try to basically reverse into the cap, if you're spotted and if you're radared, you can at least decide you can go full acceleration and run away instead of having to make that turn, which will cost you a lot of HP.
Okay, so let me a couple of things, questions from people.
Can I pick the next ship so that I can get away from this
okay.
circle jerk we're having? I'm tired of this conversation, seriously.
Großer Kurfürst is your next ship.
Huh?
Kurfürst.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we've had quite a few questions here, guys. So F spam's also getting them away. So let me just quickly try and address them. So Andreas Müller is asking if we can get an option not to show rental ships if we have the tech tree versions. Andreas Müller, we've talked to devs about having a rental ship filter, and it's something they're looking into. So hopefully it's something we'll be able to implement, but I can't promise it yet. Edward109K says, speaking of rentals, why did you give us rental tier 6 ships? He got a Mutsu on his main account and Arizona on his NA account. That's a good question, Edward.
The answer would be so you can try it out, see whether you like it or not, and if you want to keep it, then you can buy it, and if you don't like it, then at least you got a chance to try it out.
Yeah, I mean it's a premium ship. Go test it. If not, then don't test it. It's up to you.
I see a question about are we guys thinking about adding support CVs? Maybe they could do more with fighters. That's something that would be further down the line. Right now, what we are focusing on is getting the CV balance right, and we know there's still plenty of stuff to do about that. So before we want to add like carrier lines that would introduce a different kind of gameplay with support, for example, or different types of ammunition. We want to focus on getting the existing CVs balanced and in line with the rest of the gameplay. And as soon as we feel like this and AA and all of these aspects are in a good spot, then we can add more stuff. But right now, this has priority. So it's definitely an option for the future, but not in the near future. Rennie's asking, can I get a rental Missouri, please?
Sure.
I'm sure you would like to get one, but the answer for that is no.
Any expert advice, Mr. Kurfürst and Mr. Germany?
You're a German ship?
Yes.
Push.
Oh, I thought that was Kremlin's job.
Yes, but Kurfürst as well. You have the best...
I know, but where to go now? Just go in the middle of the park and just park there?
No.
Yeah.
No. Do you have a CV? No. What's the... What enemy DDs are what?
52 and
Grozovoi. So you've got potential torpedoes from 52. Honestly, follow the Salem for now. I would say push up with him. Use the islands to keep your broadside safe. And
I tried that last time here. What happened was that a DD flanked us and just...
That's why I'm saying stick to the Salem, because the Salem should be able to screen you from a DD.
You have so much faith.
You have to.
You have to. If you, it's 7v7. You're not alone. If you want to win, the team needs to play together. If the team doesn't play, you've lost anyway.
Yeah, that's how I play.
But I would follow the Salem, because the Salem is a great ship for nosing in and just showing someone your nose and taking some hits and spamming fire out. And you probably want to then try and flank out because you've got 50% of your firepower on the rear, and the angle is not great.
It's not.
You will have to push out, but on the flip side, you've got very good armor, especially close range.
And you can already see, so the enemy team is deploying a Großer Kurfürst and a Montana to the same flank, which are ships that you can deal with. So that's absolutely fine. And
I'm
detected. With the DD and the Salem, but that's the DD probably sitting in the inner circle, which is keeping our Shimmer from capping.
Oh, please give me some broadside.
I saw a question about from Whiskey Fox about he swore himself he will continue asking about ships like Tone, Ise, and older models like Shinano and Akagi. Will they come back at some point, or will they be introduced?
Didn't Evan say something about that?
So yes.
Are you guys confirm some rumors?
No. What we are saying is that there's definitely a chance for this. We're looking into it, but right now there's not really more than that I can say. So I wouldn't. It's not something for the near future, but maybe for midterm future. Gib Yoshino, I would love to, but not right now. Oh, C is asking, want to give us any hints about the Halloween event? The answer is yes. I would love to.
Detonation.
What?
Our DD just died of detonation.
Excellent.
So in ranked is a good place
and
to
there's
use
a Z up there.
detonation flags.
Push up into it.
Push up and then hydro.
Push up. Hydro secondaries. He's dead.
Oh.
He's dead anyway. Okay, now I would go full. If I were you, I would go full ham now.
But there are 3 BBs there.
So?
Okay.
No, you have to make a decision. Do you want to stick here with that position, or do you want to get out of it? If you want to get out of it, you probably have to go through the middle. Because if you go outside, you will show your broadside to all of these BBs that are waiting.
I'll just go straight in. Yeah?
And you have hydro. So
then
the
start
hydro
turning your
won't do
turrets.
much because the other DD is on the other
Start
flank.
turning your turrets. There's no other.
they traded, right?
Crossavoy. Well, no, main batteries.
Yeah, wait, relax.
I just know how slow
You said
the
rotate your
turrets.
guns for the... no.
Any chance of getting rid of detonations? No, not right now.
I don't feel good about this.
Don't do it then. I'm
just going head in against at least two BBs.
Very few people play World of Warships the way I do because usually it doesn't work.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Looked like a
but you
Montana.
took no damage from
It
that.
looked like a Montana
I know.
with Healthy Captain, right?
Oh, Salem.
Oh, beautiful. So, but to answer a few more questions from Nominative, would it be possible to allow the Charleston to equip the St. Louis Eagle Halloween camo? Well, we would have to add it actually to the Charleston separately, because it doesn't work like that. So right now the answer is no. We would have to add that and change it. Dalai Palma is asking, are there any plans to implement a game mode with respawns again, like in the April? I mean, we definitely wanted to test how respawns could potentially work. If maybe that could be part of World of Warships in the future, I don't know. I don't know how that test went. We'll have to look into it. But honestly, I mean, there is a chance that in some form or way, like an event mode or a special mode or something, this might become a part of World of Warships at some point in the future. But that's very speculative. So right now, I would say don't expect it.
Yeah, there's a question from Mr. Squeakers who's asking, how do you get the guns on the Großer Kurfürst to behave? The only answer I can give you is get closer to your enemy. Großer Kurfürst is the best brawling... Okay, I don't know
One of the best.
I don't know if it stacks up. I don't know actually how it stacks up in one-on-one brawls versus Kremlin nowadays.
Well, Mr. Conway, I think you had that experience too yesterday.
It didn't go so well, did it?
That's true, but that was more misplay by me than effect. But like, the thing is, it is basic. It is the best brawling battleship. It has a ridiculous turtleback armor, so it is almost impossible to citadel at close ranges. It will take a lot of AP damage, but less than other ships. It's very, very, very sluggish. So you have to plan ahead a lot. You always have to make sure you've got your turrets rotating. Press T. T for stats.
Oh, that was
Lordofdroid. T for stats. T for stats. T for stats.
Sorry, what?
Just press T.
Why?
Push T.
To heal.
Repair your ship. Thank you.
Wow, that's
triggering
proper armchair Admiral Conway.
But yeah,
now
push,
I'm against
push with your... You're perfect.
Perfect. Yes.
What's he going to do to you from the front?
There is a Montana.
Yeah, so angle and shoot them.
Yes, but in general,
And farm potential damage.
If you think about the battleships you have available for brawling, for example, Yamato is not a great brawler. Exactly for that reason. Because if you show a certain amount of broadside, you can easily punish that broadside. Same thing is true for the Kremlin. The Kremlin is a ship that is really good for bow tanking, but as soon as someone gets your broadside, he will deal so much damage to you.
Oh, he stopped shooting at me. It's like,
it really depends on the situation. The great thing about the Kurfürst is, even though it has a very sluggish turning circle radius and it's not super fast, it's still fast enough, but you have the option of having your turtleback, so you can at least avoid citadels when you have to turn, and you get hydro.
Has a secret advice.
No, reverse and rear turrets on the Kurfürst in the center. There's a Kurfürst pushing into the center, full broadside to you. Just tank those guys and focus on the Kurfürst that will be spotted again. Look on the minimap. He's further to the right. He'll be spotted again in a second. There he is. 12 kilometers, full flat broadside. That guy.
Yes, I see him.
Shoot him.
Yeah. And
he's beached.
Yeah,
how
shoot
convenient.
him. Your rear turrets should have clearance already. Go. Yep.
Yeah, and Decado, you did 20k to a Kremlin with a Kronstadt once you got into
just
his
watch
side.
his turrets. If he starts aiming at you, because you're also showing him broadside, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but this is where you can see the Kurfürst is going to be able to.
He's coming for Ram. I don't like it.
He's not gonna.
He's coming for Ram. I see it, and the team isn't doing so well.
Punish the Kurfürst.
Oh,
he's punishing you back now. You have to vacate that position.
I would go for the cruisers actually. Yes.
Yeah. Now move up, and focus down the Yamato before he rams you.
Well, you can either turn away or nice.
Very nice. Look, Yamato's almost down. He just needs a little bit of love.
15k.
You can do it.
Superstructure.
I have to show some side.
That's fine. That's the good thing about
otherwise,
the
I just die.
Rotate. Superstructure. Aim high into the superstructure. Yeah, and give it to him. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the turrets.
Huh?
Good. Perfect.
Okay, now it's more interesting.
Backseat gaming, their boss, hilarious. We love it too.
And now that Montana is in a tricky position because he's about to show you full broadside
And I'm
as well.
stuck.
Just fine. Just reverse and punish the Montana.
Punish.
Reverse.
Let me take out my
reverse. Turn to get the rear turrets to bear.
It's a bit sluggish.
Because the good thing is about the Kurfürst, even though you have to show quite a bit of broadside to be able to get those rear turrets to bear, if you're only just doing that angle, you're still going to tank almost everything because it's got such a ridiculous belt.
I have.
Also push
I'm
T.
really stuck.
Yes.
Then just move forward.
I want to punish that thing.
You can't. Focus on the push T.
Well, just a bit more damage. Just a bit more.
Famous
now I can.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, I know you love this, but I'm sure you wouldn't love this when we would be sitting
the thing is, right,
and telling you like, oh, you should do this. Can you also please press that button? And please also, why don't you turn this way? And you're just trying to focus on your game.
I have to stress, right? No regional publishing directors were harmed in the making of this live stream.
So far.
However, he volunteered for it. There's this, you know. Oh, yes. Iron Jesus, come on, Iron Jesus. Fingers crossed.
Yes!
Very nice.
And now I will finish that curve first.
Is that the word you were going to use?
Is that a safe word?
Yeah. Exactly, Helvig. And hi, by the way, hi Helvig, and also saw iChase Gaming. Hey guys, and Statsblog. So many guys of you here. All streamers like to have good advices from the chat. Exactly. You know, chat is always helpful, trying to provide you with some additional
salt.
What you could have done, what you should have done.
There you go. There's your high caliber.
It doesn't mean anything if we don't win.
Salem. Go for that Salem. Oh,
yeah.
So juicy.
Yeah, just
if
waiting for reload to come up.
If you see
Salem.
oh. You have to touch them. It's a rule. It's like a pentacle.
How dare you shoot at me? Okay.
I would suggest shooting back. And you can probably just park up because just stop now because you're safe from the other battleships. And
yeah, but I can't shoot at it if I start parking now.
Push R.
Double fire. I have to put it out. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, let him. Don't.
Yeah, that's the
let
thing.
Him,
you see,
okay.
Now he can shoot at me, and now I can't.
Yeah, that's why I would have stopped earlier and just stood there because you can you can tank him as long as, especially since he should be shooting AP at your broadside from this range. T.
It just went to. Come on! It just came back from cooldown.
You aim 2 pixels too high. Exactly, Helvig. Please press T for me.
Next.
Statsblog. Even Statsblog saw that repair.
C says he volunteers to play the game on stream for us. We would be happy to do the same thing for you.
Oh, he's going for a ram?
Yeah, and Lordofdroid, since this is a collaborative effort...
is it?
Absolutely. It is a collaborative effort with
so
us.
Should we share stars?
No, but we should definitely share steel.
Because here's the funny story. For the past, I think, 2 or 3 days, we've been hearing a lot of whining in the background in the office because MrConway he lacks 46 steel to get to the Stalingrad, and he can't get to the next rank.
I could.
What is this dispersion?
I could, but I really don't want to.
Taking bets
but
now.
That's the price.
Are we gonna win this?
Huh? Yes. Yes.
How could you lose this?
Please don't ask this question because it's very easy.
Okay, unless you detonate, there's no way you can lose this.
No, I put the Detto flag on it.
So, kill Montana. GG, 153,000 damage, 1.5 million potential only, but, you know, nobody shot you.
I played like a ninja in Kurfürst.
That's what the ship is known for.
Yes.
Sneaky.
Sad times for Conway.
Should I? Nah, I shouldn't bother about capping, should I? Salem, just don't die, please.
On the forum, they say that the German BB line is no longer any good and needs buffing. But MrConway seems to love the Große. Who's correct, or is it just a player preference thing? So, first of all, the German battleship line, people have been asking to buff it since we've announced the German battleship line. And I think people are going to continue asking for it, because there is a subset of our player base that thinks the German battleships should be the best ships in game, regardless of anything else. Which I am not necessarily disagreeing with, by the way. But
very diplomatic.
Honestly, I think German battleships overall are fine. The Kurfürst has it's not the strongest ship at tier 10, but it has a role, and if you use it to play that role, it is a very good ship. What do you think, Crysantos? As what's the Unicum opinion on this?
On the Kurfürst?
Yes.
I think that the Kurfürst is probably not a ship I would pick for ranked, because I think that in ranked there are other battleships that can do better things that you need in ranked to be able to contest caps. It always depends a bit on the season, but I think it's a great random ship, for example. It's
fine.
The German battleship line in general. I know that, especially, you know, I used to be a German community manager, and German players would always tell me that, you know, the German battleships were really accurate. They're not accurate in the game. We want them to be accurate. But the way the German battleships are in World of Warships is they have a really good mix. They have turtleback armor, which makes them super tanky. They have a really good health pool. They do get hydro, which really helps with survivability. You do get the secondaries, and the secondaries, the amount of damage is not like a really high alpha damage, but it's really stacking up over time, which also allows you to have, in my opinion, a lot of fun battles, being able to push enemies. And yes, the guns are not the most accurate, but on a lot of ships, you get actually quite a big volume of shells, like on the Große Kurfürst. The only ship that I really struggled with was the Friedrich der Große, because that was for me a very hard transition.
Thank you for your help.
From Bismarck to Große Kurfürst.
You're very welcome. That it's fine. 46 still, please.
So look, we won the last battle.
Sometimes you
look,
just
I
get lucky.
carry, and then I get carried.
Yes, that's good. But the amount of decaps you got at the end of that game is absolutely ridiculous. You got 23 decaps from just secondary hits on the Montana.
Oh, how much? Yeah, 41k.
Yeah.
So that's like a sixth of my damage.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
A sixth, a fourth of my damage.
It's not like the instant damage you will see with like one salvo, but it's just racking up.
But also that's just raw damage. That doesn't even count fires set by secondaries, of which you have another 24,000 damage.
And potential damage of 2 million.
Received damage.
Where's your fire damage, Sean? Or is it not?
No, he didn't have fires.
I didn't set any fires.
Oh, you didn't set any fires, okay.
Yeah, 2 million potential damage in the end. No bad.
That's a good average for ranked.
How many kills did I get?
Will there be a discount on Tier 7 premium ships for ranked sprint? Honestly, Vasilev, I don't know.
Look at our Salem, 4 kills, 2.2k base XP.
Give him a +1.
I
Well played. I think anything around 2k base XP and more in ranked battles, if you see someone who pulled off a game like this, go give him a +1. And also if you saw someone who was really working for the game, for the team, trying to, you know, maybe not go for maximum base XP, but, you know, providing smokes, spotting, is really reactive in chat, and is trying to help the team, you know, reward that with at least with a +1.
Yes, guys, the vote for the next ship for Lordofdroid to play is up. Should we just, are you going to go to 5 and then we stop?
And then we can stop if we get to 5. Just one more star.
It's just one more star.
Ooh.
It looks, by the way, as though chat wants you to play the Worcester, unless you guys disagree. Come on, guys. If you're on Twitch, vote now. If you're on YouTube, if you want to go and vote, come to Twitch. You can see it live up here.
So I have paused the stream. Wait.
What can you do with karma right now? Well, obviously, you can't do anything with it. But it's more of a, like, you know, a positive reinforcement of other players telling you that they really like what you did. And I think that, at least for me and a lot of players that I know, receiving a compliment actually lifts up their spirit. That they see that, hey, cool, I saw someone liked what I did and appreciated the way I played. And that's, I think that's a good feeling to get across.
So Worcester it is? I mean, Kremlin is getting a lot of votes now.
And Junior Jule, try Bliskavitz against 2 enemy carriers. Well, our long-term goal is to only have 1 CV per side, but that will take a bit.
Stalingrad. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have Stalingrad. I can show you how much.
So the winner is the Worcester.
Kent Raven, I don't understand your question. When do we get the Japanese captains in the shop? Can you please elaborate? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
And I don't even have Kuznets, so...
Sparky says, the only thing that robs from the Große Kurfürst is RNG, especially in critical engagements. And other ships does what the Kurfürst does, the HP being the main thing, and spending it wisely. Well, but yes, the Kurfürst is not the most accurate battleship. Absolutely agree with that statement. But on the other hand, that's, you know, as a battleship player, you always feel like, you know, in the situations where I need it, it's not that accurate, even though it is. But you mostly remember the situations where it wasn't the case. But that's something that can happen to you in any other battleship, that in critical moments, the RNG says, nope, and your shells go like this.
So, a question there from Finning, who says, how does the automod work? Does it just chat ban you for swearing, etc.? Yes, it does. If you got bans without getting reported, are you talking about Twitch or in-game?
I think he's...
I'm confused.
This sounds like in-game. In-game chat.
So in general, Finning, if you misbehave in the chat, people report you for it, you will get banned. I mean, I don't really want to go into any more detail on how our ban systems work, but they work. Legion Weavers is asking, when is Captain Jingles coming to live servers? So that's a good question, actually. So originally, we were planning to roll him out with the next update. But we are not entirely sure if we're going to do that immediately, because we've had a lot of feedback from the community on how some of his voice lines are implemented. So we're still deciding on whether or not we're going to do that immediately, or whether or not we can make a few tweaks there to sort of, acknowledge the feedback that we've gotten to make, Jingles the best version of himself that he can be.
And Ambition is asking, once you guys have finished tweaking CVs, are you going to add Italian ships that aren't premium? So I hope, pretty sure that at some point in the future, we are going to have Italian ships, a proper tech tree, like a fully blown out.
The amount of hope is...
but I can't give you any time frame yet. But we want to. We want to. What? What are you guys thinking about?
What did Evan say in the stream? I can't remember.
Can you just stop it?
Evan, what Evan said,
guys
you should, in general, if we do a Q&A stream, that's the time where you should join us, because that's where you get
Evan was on a holiday, leave him alone.
And but what we said is that the most likely line, if we introduce an Italian line, the first one would be a cruiser line. That's what we said last time. But there's no time frame I can tell you right now.
Yes, Patrick COD, make Jingles crap again. It's the hashtag. Make Jingles crap again is the hashtag.
Rennie, can I tell you something you don't already know? Well, I don't know what you already know, and depending on, we see a lot of questions that we already answered in several streams before, but we don't have any new announcements here. This is not an announcement stream, and you know that as soon as we have information, especially super relevant information for you guys about upcoming stuff, then we put it on the dev blog as soon as we can. And that's where you get that information immediately. Like, for example, the Graf Zeppelin buffs that we announced, I think yesterday. Yes, yesterday. Or this morning. This morning, actually. Graf Zeppelin buffs. So we're trying to give you as much information as possible, but since we're already super transparent about all upcoming changes, there's not a lot of stuff left we can, talk about additionally here.
That being said, we might have some juicy stuff next week.
Maybe.
So we're not entirely sure yet, but next Thursday we might have some announcements to make. You have to remember that we roll on we have a cycle of updates coming up. So whenever things are about to hit super test, which is usually just before or just after a new version has been released, where we test the +2 version essentially, is when we're going to be talking about announcements, when you're going to see lots of activity on the dev blog, and potentially also some announcements on the stream. So we'll see what we can share with you when we can share. But I think next week might be a good one to tune in if you're looking for something new.
Yeah. The Lost Haze is asking, where are the submarines? And I can tell you they're underwater.
Yes, I was about to say, I think they're diving.
Yeah, but outside of that, there's nothing I can share about this story.
For all you know, there might already be submarines on all the maps, just waiting. Silently.
Guys, give me some advice here. Stop talking about submarines.
So those grey circles are called capture points.
Yaha.
I don't know.
Okay, let's take a look at the minimap. So
I thought there was a DD here, but there isn't.
The problem is that I don't know what your DD is doing the gearing because he's
Forget
really
about
far
him. He
outside.
doesn't exist.
So he doesn't exist. So that means you don't really have proper eyes on what's ever coming through there. But you still have to.
Oh, look at that.
Minotaur.
My.
Maybe move forward a bit if you can
Yes.
radar him.
I just used radar. That's how
I know,
he was
but
spotted.
if you, you're almost back in range of him.
And I love how pushy your battleship is. The Kufus is going
Yes,
straight
he's
in.
doing what he should do.
There, Minotaur's open. Maybe you can shoot him. Yes.
Griffey, watch Crysantos closely. Has the Wargaming RNG big red button behind his laptop. I wish that would be true. But they won't give me, they don't want to give me the RNG button. I have the big red button, to detonate people, but I don't have that RNG button yet.
Ah! Oh no! No, Kremlin! No! Please!
You
no.
don't know the name of the hamster. The hamster I had when
Could have been
I was
worse.
9.5. Well, I didn't have a hamster. I had a little bunny. His name was Rocky.
I don't feel good about this game. I think we are not getting to rank 5. But
I would definitely not push out.
That
There's
Kremlin
definitely something-
is
there's
so gonna
definitely
black
something
you in a
waiting.
second.
Right. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. If you don't get spotted.
Is he not aiming at you?
Not yet.
Wow.
Not yet,
Ah,
but
the back
I'm more
turrets
scared
are-
about, what is it? Is that a Des Moines? Sitting there? We might actually get away scot-free.
Wow. He should have blapped you there, and he's repaired.
Oh no! Where did you come from, Indy? I
Well,
can't deal with
yeah,
so-
turn while he's still not got AP loaded.
I will be out of his sight. Oh, maybe not. Oh my
Shadow EU, will
God.
Polish and Italian ships be moved
Oh!
into the pan-European tree
Yes.
group once that is rolled out? So the Polish ships,
There's
the
a
Polish ship definitely.
DD shooting at you from the front.
Italian ship shouldn't be, but we'll have to confirm. How high is the chance of getting a combat mission when you get the premium Soviet ships? I don't know, Don Mark. Sorry, I don't know.
If you like, we can go play a random battle.
I know you're twitching for it. I can feel it in the
I would
You want to play something.
He's sitting there with his
Yeah,
beautiful
his
camo
division
ready.
window is open. Okay, if you want.
Yes. Let's take a small breather. That's fine. Anyway, let's prep some ships for the vote then, because now if we're gonna go in random battles, we can add a few more. We can add Yoshino, Smolensk.
You can add Kolber, Smolensk, Slava.
And
Slava
hey,
got a buff
Haleron.
today. Kolber got a buff.
Mato
Evil friend, being the evil friend that he is asking,
Slava.
can we have a co-op battle, please?
No.
That's a no.
So what we'll just do.
Remove the maybe tech tree ships and add just the
no,
test
it's fine.
ships.
If people want what they want, I'm not gonna.
Don't
we
give them
can
too
put a
many
Kleber
options.
in as
It
well.
gets too cluttered.
We can put. I'll open a vote with 16 ships, and we will split the top 2 between us. So we'll each take one of the top 2, so that we
16,
can
huh?
show a bit of a mix.
Okay.
So the vote is open. Choose wisely.
So Aaron Hearth, for that I would contact customer support and see whether they can help you. No, Turian, I don't know why it's saying broadcaster has not enabled in-game drops, but we have it enabled. It's like we are the guys responsible for the drops, so we have them enabled. I don't know why it's not showing. But it's
Are you sure? Did you check on our Twitch channel itself?
Luke, what do you think? Honestly. Did you sit there at the back and not check whether we have it active? Here, scroll down. Oh, drops, it's active.
Okay, so guys, I can confirm it is active. Are we playing World of Warships?
I hope you put in that we're playing World of Warships.
We are also playing World of Warships. So guys, drops are definitely enabled.
They were not before?
No, they were.
It's
It's
just
just not.
displaying because we turned on the notifications on Twitch.
I can't see the vote.
Click on the ship vote.
No, what?
View details?
No.
No.
Or maybe as...
Can you just control F5? Oh.
Is it? Look what's happening. When you click on it.
So Slava and Colbert are the top 2 right now.
I see now.
Okay, cool.
I'll take Colbert.
You'll take Colbert, so I'll take Slava. That's fine.
Because you're a battleship guy.
I am indeed a battleship guy and proud of it. Where is Slava?
Syntax error says the way we're seated looks like the seating layout in old Cylon Raider. Love the Battlestar Galactica reference there.
So let's have a look.
Yeah, Turian, I know, but we have. I don't know. It must be a display issue on Twitch side.
Actually gonna go
is
take
the
my
distractable
cruise
environment
nets off.
just on a certain map? So for now it would be only on one map, and we haven't implemented it yet. So there would be, I think it was Islands of Ice, I think was the map for it.
Yes.
But I actually need to check when that would go live.
Are you sure you're on premium consumables?
And Crowax, if you didn't have any
Looks
Twitch
good.
drop in months, so it was inactive during 8.3, but it's definitely active right now. Please
Let's
go
go.
to your account management, make sure that your account is linked. If you want to double make sure, basically, please go and basically unlink it and link it again. And if you still haven't received anything after, like, let's say a few hours of watching World of Warships on Twitch, you send me a PM and I will double check your connection from our end.
Yeah. There's a comment there from Arjun HVA who says, the person that wrote that Slava doesn't have enough firepower. On what drugs was he? I need that. So it's important to remember we've had several test iterations of Slava. The first iteration was ridiculously strong. Then it got nerfed a lot. And statistically, we could see that it wasn't strong enough. So now we're going to try, like a slight buff. So often this is the way that balancing works. You set something and then you see, it's either too strong or too weak, and then you go the other direction. And if it's again too strong or too weak, then you know the correct value is somewhere in the middle. So we're testing that, and it might still be tweaked, but there's a reason we do these tests over quite a period of time, because we want the ships to be good at the end and we want them to be balanced. Draganov is asking, did you see my previous question? Draganov, I love you, but could you not just write your previous question? Then it would be much easier, because I don't know what your previous question was.
And Heleron uses Georgia very soon.
Imminent.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
And
It's a
Finning,
game.
Okay, backseat Admiral.
It's a
Backseat Admiral,
game,
please.
So I just wanna hug a AA monster.
You
You are an AA monster.
Yeah,
you
but
are
I
the
want to
most
create the
monster.
bubble.
You are the worst AA ship.
I played
The
this
best,
earlier.
the strongest.
Best.
You are a strong AA ship.
Yeah, but going alone, no thank you.
You're a no-fly
I
zone.
don't care.
No,
I
stick
just
to-
need
stick-
somebody to hang out with.
Me?
Stick to islands. And what are you in, a Slava?
Yes.
Well, you're not really a strong AA.
Where am I going? Crysantos,
But-
you're the backseat Admiral here.
Well, you should. The thing is about the Slava that. So the main thing that I think was the issue with the Slava initially is the very good accuracy that it had on very long ranges. Not actually the reload time or the turret traverse. It's about the accuracy on range. The Slava has compared. Let's compare it straight up to the Kremlin. The Kremlin is a very strong ship at close range, not a very strong ship on long ranges, but it has really good plating of 60 millimeters. The Slava only has 32 millimeter plating. That means anything with IFHE and big caliber cruiser shells are going to wreck you, and you will get worn down very quickly.
I experienced it firsthand today in the morning.
So with the Colbert, I would actually go and help on A, and then work your way up from A to B.
It's already too late for A, no? What you say?
No, you can still go in there. The Colbert. Do you have a range upgrade?
18.6.
18.6. Okay, because you won't really be able to help on B unless you really move into B. The thing is
I
that the
can.
Colbert is very squishy. So you need to play around islands. You have a really
Can
high
you
shell
imagine?
arc.
There is not even one high radar.
Perfect. I mean, at least means if
I
you're
can-
behind an island, you can survive.
I can
But
go in
if
B.
if ships have angles on you on B, you will get blacked. So that's why I would go for A to A first. So the number of angles on you are kind of limited, and then you can work your way up to B and just push the ships up.
I think Colbert and angling is just...
Am I remote operating MrConway and Lordofdroid? No.
Yeah, he's our puppeteer.
Shadow AU is Russian buys a real thing. I hear this. I hear this a lot. That there's Russian buys, but I don't really see it. I understand that if ships, are being tested, and players see that they're really strong, and then they see, for example, it is a Soviet ship, that they think, because of the company's background, having the studio in St. Petersburg, that's the correlation. But I wouldn't really say that I can see that.
Let me suggest the idea to add a Cypriot line, buff it. Because why not?
No, but it's if you take a look at, for example, the strongest ships on each tier, do you really think that on all of the tiers the strongest ships are Russian ships? Huh? I don't really see that. So I think that's my answer to that.
Khabarovsk would like to
any news on when premium CVs will be available for doubloons? Sorry, no information on that. And Finning, if anything, there's an American buys in this game, considering the amount of buffs after buffs they keep getting. The thing is that we don't look at ships based on their nation. No, are they German? Are they American? Are they Soviet? Are they Italian? What we're looking for is how is the ship performing within the rest of its comparable group, and based on that we will make adjustments. Either make it stronger or make it weaker, depending on its performance. And we usually try to give ships and lines a certain flavor, the USPs, like what is strong about them, what is weak about them, to balance that out. And of course, certain ships are more suited for example, random battles. Like Großer Kurfürst, we had that topic earlier. Großer Kurfürst is amazing for random battles, not that amazing for competitive games. While you might have something like, let's say, for example, Montana, which is also great all-rounder, but it's going to serve you better in ranked than, for example, Großer Kurfürst. So does that make the Montana stronger than the Kurfürst? No, but it has different strengths, and you, depending also on your playstyle, might use it in a different way. And the same thing is true, for example, the Kremlin. Kremlin is a really, really strong ship in ranked. But ranked right now is also on usually pretty small maps, where things are happening in, let's say, more congested version, where a lot of ships are actually close to each other, and you have the ability to tank bow on with not too many ships actually kiting around you, where you have to care about that too much. While in random battles on tier 10 you have a lot of range, for example. A lot of the engagements on tier 10 are happening on, let's say, 15 to 20 kilometers. That's not the range where the Kremlin, for example, is the strongest ship. So it always comes with pros and cons.
No. No, CV, no.
Please
no.
do. He's not gonna. Can you please push into the Haruguma for me?
I'm working on it.
And Tofik, you say the Kremlin is currently also the best performing BB in randoms also. But you have to think about who is playing the Kremlin right now. It's not the average mass of players that pushed up to tier 10, because we just released this line. You will always see in the initial 2, 4, 6 weeks of a new ship line being released that the ships are going to overperform, simply because they're mostly really dedicated, experienced players who also have the free XP to simply go up to that line to 10 and play it. And you also have to keep in mind that most players don't know yet how to counter these ships. I think we also, like, one of the best examples for that is the Minotaur. Initially, players were not really sure, like, how do I actually play against the Minotaur. Same thing is true for the Kremlin. Now, as soon as players are going to realize how to best counter the Kremlin, the stats are going to drop naturally. And if we still see that Kremlin would be too strong, then we would definitely do something. It's not like we say, hey, this is the ship and it will stay like this forever. And we also keep in mind that, for example, a lot of PCCs, for example, said that, with the meta that the Kremlin is in, the advantages it has might not be strong enough to offset the push, for example, the Kremlin has to make to get into a position where it can actually use the turrets.
I'm sorry, my defensive area is on down.
Ah, it's okay.
So suck it up.
I took 2
I think
torpedoes.
Haruguma has already left with cap. I don't have Hydra or any information where is he, and we are the first one on the line.
I'm taking a lot of damage. Wow.
Yeah, this thing, like, it's like French battleships.
Mr. Tenska, any plans to buff midway torpedoes? Not imminently.
Nerf buff for torpedoes?
Midway torpedoes. So I don't have any news about this, so I wouldn't expect anything soon. Why are you adding battleships that decks can be banned by the 203mm HE? Well, that's the thing.
Slow down, bro.
If for example the Kremlin would have like a lower plating, it would mean that its survivability would drop quite a lot, and the Kremlin has to be really, really pushy to be able to perform well. So it's always, you know, we're always trying to find a balance. The Soviet battleships are really focused on being brawlers, you know, being there with your DVs, with your cruisers, and standing near cap zones, you know, providing that additional support, not sitting at the very back of the map, but actually sitting there right with you. But for that, they need to have that kind of tankability right now to be able to perform like this.
Look at that Kremlin shooting at G.
Oh, I said to double Conqueror.
Yeah, Vasilev, you want to see how the change in how A deals damage works? Yes. I mean, we're playing around with this and we're trying to find a better solution, and we also want to rework how the defensive A sectors work, but that's still a work in progress. And as you know, development takes time. It's not something we can artificially accelerate.
I'm looking pretty rough here. No more heals either.
No?
No. And there are Hakuryu bombers coming up, and there's nothing
I
I can do to
have
dodge
defensive AA. Oh no.
And the best,
I don't think it's going to be enough.
The release of the last Azulane girls.
I don't know what else to do. Oh my god.
Yup.
Any news for the Yoshino? Well, the only news that I have is that there are no
please spot
news.
that Harugumo for me. He's gonna kill me.
I mean, I can't really go forward. They're like so... there he is.
You will keep reversing because the smoke is fading.
I mean, I'm getting...
Kill him.
I'm working on it. Relax.
It's fine for you to say. I have less than 5k health.
When the Harugumo eats its own medicine.
Yes, I was about to say that too. Like, hello, Harugumo. How does it feel?
Sorgenson, any plans to bring back the panic mechanic or something like it for defensive AA? I don't think so, but I will double check if there are any plans to rework that feature in particular.
Ah, come on, CV.
And Rennie, I know this is sometimes, you know, a common comment about, oh, did the spreadsheets say that you have that? The thing is, when it's about, you know, balancing and designing new ships and so on, we take your feedback, and our developers take a look at it, they analyze it, and they look into how this fits with what they want the ships to be. But they also need to look at stats.
You're still alive?
Because
I have 585 hit points. Why would I be dead?
Because stats give you a very good overview how the ship is actually performing in various scenarios. We have a lot of data, as you can imagine. It's our service. We can see how good players are doing with the ship, how bad players are doing with the ship, how players are doing with comparable ships. So we have a lot of data that we can analyze and see, like, what is, for example, let's say a popular demand that a certain ship is not fun or it's underperforming, and how that actually translates into performance in-game. And then we will always try to find a good way of how we can, you know, find a good middle ground between both of it. If we see, for example, the ship is doing absolutely fine, stats-wise, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, but we see a lot of feedback about the ship being very bad, then obviously we'll not just take that feedback and put it into the trash bin and say like, oh, you know, what do they know? But it's tricky then to, you know, take that ship, change it, and still maintain it in a balanced way and add something that is more fun. So it's a tricky thing. I think that Biskavica is a very good example for a ship like that is stats-wise is performing okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's right in the middle. But we know that it's not the most fun ship to play. But finding finding a way to actually make that shit better without making it broken.
I would really like that conqueror to be spotted right now. Oh.
I have my engine broken.
Is there any way you can know how many hours you have spent playing? No, Finning, but I mean, if you just take a look at the amount of battles you played, and then let's just assume that your average battle is 15 minutes, right? But maybe 1 or 2 minutes spent in the port, then you can get a pretty good estimate of how much time you spend in the game, I would say.
I was just surprised you were still alive, and I died before you.
I had 585 hit points for like minutes.
So Evil Friend is asking, are there any plans to give rewards related to potential damage or other ideas to encourage people in BBs to tank? So there is already a reward tied to potential damage. I would really recommend watching I think it was not the last one, but the previous episode of How It Works, because it explains very well how the rewarding of certain aspects of the game, for example, going for objectives, capping, decapping, spotting, tanking the potential damage is actually rewarded. The other thing is... Oh, sorry.
No. I was just giving you a break for speaking so much, so I'm just about to say, like, are we going to win this or are we going to lose this?
Well, we could. Well, if you want a break, we could rotate. You can take over talking to chat, and
I can't
Crysantos
speak like this guy. I mean, he's just going non-stop, ongoing, like, amazing. I like to play. Let me play.
Yeah, let him play. It's fine.
Chris, if you need a break, I can.
You need a break?
No, it's fine. I'm happy to do this.
You're happy to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
I love talking to the community and also trying to put things into context because, you know, I read a lot of, like all of us, we read a lot of these comments and we're trying to answer as much as we can. And I would like to get across like the reasoning why we're doing certain things. It's not like that we say, hey, by the way, so, you know, ship X is broken, we want to make it more broken. That's not how it works. We work after very specific ways how we want to address certain things.
By the way, there's a comment.
But Anvil Steel, the Khabarovs, the worst tier DD at tier 10, but I thought there's a Russian bias. So how can it be the worst? No, but the Khabarovs, I wouldn't call it the worst DD. It just
no. The discussion was that Russian ships are the strongest ships, and Kaba is definitely not.
The latest ship vote, by the way, Yamato and Kleber. I'll claim the Yamato if you want to go take Kleber.
Okay. Thanks for your gentle offer.
I'm sorry, between the two of us, you're definitely more of the destroyer player than me. Do we have the Kleber right now?
Huh? I don't even have it.
Guys, sorry. I think the Kleber was still in the ship voting extension, even though it is currently not.
No, it shouldn't be there.
Not in testing. Sorry.
I mean, I know you like tier 10s, but
no. Sorry, it's the ship voting thing that misworked here. So guys, no Kleber. So we do a really quick speed vote for Lord of Droid ship. I will.
Mr. Tenska, we already answered that question earlier today, so I don't want to repeat myself. Amber Steel. So about Kaba. Kaba obviously has a very specific design in how it's played, right? It's a kiter. It's fighting on range. It's not really going for infights.
It's like what I call a big mosquito.
Yeah, for me it's something in between a DD and a cruiser, like a very light cruiser. So right now there's nothing I can really say about this. I can check with our devs whether there are any plans to help the Khabarovsk, and then hopefully in one of the next streams we can talk about that. If that is the case, and if not, then not. But for this, it's really good to be able to look at stats, right, and see how it's performing against other Ds and so on. This is why we take a look at stats.
I think it is clear. Yeah, I think we can stop this. Can
you not talk about Kaba anymore?
Why? Are people voting to play the Kaba?
Come on.
Okay, guys, I want to see more Kabas.
I haven't played it for a while.
Oh yeah, so Kaba is a definite favorite. Okay. We can stop it right there.
Let me see.
Oh, maybe a better question for you, friend. Are there any plans to give visual rewards like ribbons and achievements related to tanking that don't require surviving the battle? Well, you already have the indicator of how much potential damage you've been tanking. How to turn that into a ribbon is probably going to be quite tricky without overloading the UI. But it's something we can think about. If you have a good idea of how we could do that, then please let us know.
Okay, let's do this.
Oh, Demar FN is asking, which do you like more to play, Shiratsuyu or Akatsuki?
Akatsuki or Akizuki?
Akatsuki.
Okay. Shiratsuyu is fun.
Yeah, I would go for Shiratsuyu.
No speed flag? You just mounted one, right? He literally just mounted one.
Which one?
Speed flag.
I did?
Yep.
That was the last flag I mounted. Oof.
Oh, Aaron Hirth says expert marksman on cover? Question mark.
I know.
I don't know if you have it. I didn't see your build.
Kiting so much. I want my guns to move so fast. No.
I don't think you really need it, but really depends on your personal preference. That's why I usually keep saying
it's a playstyle question.
There are two ways how you can individualize your ship and customize it. And one is basically the upgrades you're mounting, and the second one is how you build your commander. And this is something where you personally, I mean, yes, there are certain no-goes and things you should really take. For example, the survivability expert on battleships is not a good idea. Just to highlight this, because you already have enough HP, and that buff is not really percentage based, but has an actual value. But overall,
the beauty. There are 3 Khabarovsk in this battle now. Talking about Khabarovsk.
Yes. So I think I lost the trail of my thought. No.
About
about the skills. So you have to decide what you want to take, depending on how you want to play the ship and where you personally see the weakness or the strength of the ship. If you're someone who says, I don't really need that additional turret traverse, for me it's better to invest those points, for example, in Adrenaline Rush, because you want to get that additional rate of fire. That's perfect for you if you play that way. If somebody else has that feeling of, I'm in situations quite often where I'm missing, that just that second, because I had to turn the turrets, and that turret traverse actually gives me the upper hand in the battle, then take it. Yes, there are popular builds out there, and it's really good to, for example, ask streamers who are really good players why they take certain builds, so that you can understand why they're taking it. But the biggest point about that is that you understand why people make those choices, and you make up your own mind why you would pick that or why you would not pick that. And that's the main point about commander skills, that you pick something that makes sense for you and that helps you with the way you play the game.
Something is just smoked up here.
I could be gearing Jutland or... Yeah. Unless those Kabas are playing smoke.
Just be careful, right? Don't...
Oh. Trip, I'm not saying that survivability expert is a good pick on battleships. I just said it's not, right? There's a best set of captain skills. I would say there's a recommended set of captain skills to get the maximum efficiency out of a ship. But what if everybody tells you that your turrets are turning just fine? You should not pick expert marksman on, let's say, for example, a Kreml. But in your personal opinion, you had several battles where you're really close up to the enemy, and you feel like I could have probably blapped ship X, Y, Z and turned the tide with that skill. This is your personal feeling and the way you play your game. I absolutely understand that, yes, there are certain skills that make no sense to pick on certain ships.
That's a gearing there. So gearing is playing playing in Rooster, so that you can farm damage. And somebody already died. Yeah, that's a Rooster.
Oh, but Envious Steel, if it's going to be a kite ship, give it 14 kilometer torpedoes. I think that would make the Khabarovsk way too strong.
Wait, it used to be a 10 kilometer.
It used to have 10 kilometer torps, but to make sure that it's focused on its main role, which is a gunboat, those torps were changed to 6 kilometer torps, and 14 kilometer torps would just make it too strong, because then it would be able to torp out of invisibility, which is something that we wanted to remove. And it's more focused on the guns. That's the thing. If we suddenly would go and add those 14 kilometer torps, it would make the Kaba suddenly too strong. So that's always the tricky part about balancing, right? Where do you find the best balance?
Doesn't Cleveland come equipped with radar?
Yeah, I was about to say, why doesn't he use radar? You're getting farmed like hell. I can't push in at all. There's no way I can push in.
I can't do anything right now. I can only see Stalingrad
just
at like
farm
18k.
That's what I would do.
There was a booster.
Are we really? Did we really just lose this cap with a radar ship just right there?
Yeah, why not?
So Helleron is asking, will the next season of ranked battles have rental ships? So the next ranked season that we're going to have is ranked sprint. It's on tier 7. So there are no CVs because on tier 7 you don't have any CVs with the new system. When it comes to the and also rentals, sorry, the question was about rentals. When it comes to the following season, first of all we'll have to compile all of the feedback from the current ranked season and then see what we want to do with that feature for the future.
I think you're going to need to take the cap. I don't think anybody else can.
How did that Jutland get 2 kills?
Did you hear? I think you need to go take the cap.
I'm hearing this, but there's a gearing there at sea.
And Bruder Nuss, the AA reload bug is not a bug. It's working as intended, as far as I know.
Which bug?
I can double check.
Bug?
No, it's about that AA guns are not loaded initially. They have to be loaded. I need to check that, Shadow AU.
The question about scuttling of the German fleet.
Yes.
Oof.
What's the question?
You had a discussion about it, like
Yes.
how would you celebrate, commemorate?
Yeah, that's usually the tricky part about, for example,
So I have a really good idea how we could commemorate it. We could send one of the World of Warships team members who happens to be proficient in scuba diving to Scarpa Flow to do some live stream from a boat and go take some pictures of one of the scuttled ships. I mean, if I really have to, I would volunteer for this honor, or like.
By the way,
if there's no one,
this is extremely bad.
If there's no one else, what I'm saying is I'd be willing to take this upon myself.
It's okay.
For the greater,
nobody needs this sacrifice.
For the greater good.
No.
But I wouldn't push in too far.
Yeah, where should I go now?
I would. So
well, just
I would
just cap. Just turn right, cap.
If you really want to have my opinion,
why you're spotted though?
Go backwards.
Because I'm
they
not.
shot the Stalingrad.
Watch out! Watch out! To your left. To your left.
Well,
the Kufers might be pushing up. So what I would do is, you're still a kite. Yes, you're going to get that cap, but basically go down the 10 line and just annoy the hell out of those battleships.
10 line, there is Stalingrad.
Yeah, but Stalingrad, yes, he might have a radar, but the radar is going to, you're not really that vulnerable to it.
I'm afraid of its flat. Oh, come on, guys, it's just dying left and right. Let me join that group.
Well, you do. I just, I needed you to push up into this cap. Now I'm going to go in the channel and hopefully be able to help there.
Okay, I forgot that Kaba is taking full AP pens. This will be fun.
The thing is that he cannot go into B cap by himself. He will just get wrecked.
No, he can't go into B cap by himself. No.
So he has to go around it. So I would either go down the 10 line or
Montana.
Basically, go back towards your own spawn. No, you're fine. It's all fine. He's too slow. But that's the thing about the Kaba. It's not a cap contester.
Well, I just did. I mean, I did.
Well, not a natural one. It's like any ship. Yes, if the situation presents itself, you can always go for a cap. But it's not your initial reaction in a Kaba to go for the cap.
What I would really love is if you could push in through the middle here with me and maybe punch that gearing. Because I can.
If you go together, then that might work. Yes.
Because our gearing is about to get done.
They will die. They will die.
One might connect. Come on.
I knew he just.
Oh, there's a Jutland.
Oh, Whiskey Fox has a question for us.
Okay, our gearing died.
God, one more. Jutland is just on the roll. 3 kills. What is he on? Some cheat codes?
Clearly must be. Whiskey Fox is asking, would you guys prefer seeing Italian BBs or DDs first? Well, so Whiskey Fox, we already said that if the Italian ships, they would be cruisers first. So that's not the answer. I personally, I I love the Italian battleship design.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
They're really beautiful, and that makes me slightly biased towards getting battleships as a priority.
This is a terrible game. We have just no vision. Like, I need
two
smoke DDs in front of me. I can sense the torpedoes in the water.
Yeah, I'm coming, but I will die because there's a Kremlin there. And our torpedoes are not up yet.
We are looking into that. We're looking into that.
Look into what?
Basically voice message spam.
Look at that.
Great. I'm dead.
Oh, he got you as well?
The single launch torpedoes. All of them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is fine.
Well, Kremlin, I think it's time for you to die. Who the hell is it?
Nice volley on that Kremlin. He should indeed be dead.
Looks like a dead one. Show us the twerps. Come on. Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm
there
just
you
getting.
Go.
He's too cool to look.
Well, there's too much stuff happening.
Oh no.
Yeah, yes, go for it.
Oh, I got a citadel.
Kill it.
Well, I'm right in the middle of it.
Jutland, do you have any more torps?
What torps?
All the torps going towards.
I want to kill. I mean, this is not Kaba's strength.
Well, I mean, you say this. It's definitely not its strength, but it can still handle the situation well enough. I mean, you still got
158k damage.
Yes.
I didn't. Oh wow.
I think you did it right.
Yeah, but I didn't expect to get over 100k.
Can you move the camera because we can't see Mr. Conway's?
Well, we can switch to Mr. Conway's view.
No. Move back to my camera so I can show everything around.
Okay, then.
But he wants to show his stuff.
You can show it here. Do it. Oh. Okay. Perfect. Just in time.
It was a terrible game. I really felt like there was absolutely nothing I could do. Yamato is at it needs some team support. It's very.
I thought you just wanted to.
I thought it needs a buff.
No, Yamato doesn't need buffs, but it doesn't work as a solo pushing ship. If I'd been in the Kremlin there, that would have been a different situation.
Yeah, clearly needs buffs. Well,
enough ship voting. I'm gonna play Kremlin. I love you, Twitch chat.
But
screw you, Twitch chat. I'm gonna play my Kremlin.
It's one of the worst performing tier 10 BBs. It's not, and the thing is,
it wasn't like Kamaros did really well.
No. There was a comment that Yamato is one of the worst performing tier 10 BBs.
I heard Didi. Okay.
And the thing is that the Yamato has a very clear set of pros and cons and the way it's being played, and the ability to overmatch, the accuracy, the good torpedo belt, for example. Yes, it doesn't have the strongest AA. Yes, it does have a weak broadside, but that's things and you know how to play it. Like Yamato does not disappoint.
So you're playing what?
I'm gonna play Kremlin.
You love Yamato, but it's unforgiving if you make mistakes. Yes, but that's also true, for example, for a ship like the Kremlin or even the Montana. If you show too much broadside and someone has your broadside, you will get punished for it. And I think that's a good design. That yes, if you make a mistake, the enemy is able to punish it, and vice versa. Mactab, what's the rationale behind no rental CVs?
I think Mactab just wants to see the world burn.
No, but the thing is that since the CVs were just recently introduced, and we also didn't have them as rentals in clan versus clan battles, where the rentals are actually coming from, that's why we didn't add them yet. We might add them in the future, but for now we simply just didn't want to add them.
Yeah, it was the first time having the new CVs in ranked, and giving it out as a rental would have drastically increased the amount of CVs participating. And for the first time, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Somebody said Sombers is fun. Man, Benham is fun. I think it's too much fun. It's way too much fun.
I still have to play them.
Huh?
Because I played Smolensk and Colbert first. And there's ranked season going on. I only have so much time. Are there any plans to sell a backseat Crysantos in the premium shop? And if so, how much will it cost? It will be very expensive. And for now, he's not on sale.
Which one?
Backseat Crysantos.
I really thought there was some legit question there. I mean, it is legit.
What's the status of Two Brothers Epicenter Bastions? Been waiting for years now. So it will be introduced. So it will be available in the game with 8.5, and then we'll have to see what we're going to do with it. Whiskey Fox. You also second the Crysantos in the Arsenal. So now I'm being moved from the premium shop to the Arsenal. Wow. It's like being moved from left to right.
That's a pretty quick downgrade.
Yeah. When it comes to like all of these like future tech tree questions, potentially yes, that's the answer. We would like to get as many ships as possible, especially the ones that existed in reality, into the game. But we can only do so many ships at the same time.
Mr. Droid, I want to park my ship out
I don't want to park anywhere.
I don't want you to park, but can you please make sure there are no torpedoes coming away from the front?
I have some aerial problems.
It's just a Shokaku. If you stick close to me right now, I'll shred his planes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
So, knife in your neck is a good question. Can I get a code for a free starting guard? I think Mr. Conway would second it because he's still missing some steel to get his starting guard.
Oh, here we go again, steel.
I'm sorry. If I can't have starting guard, nobody can have starting guard.
Unless you already have it.
What?
Unless you already have it. Edgar Helsing is asking, please tell me how you overpen a battleship on broadside. Really depends on where you hit it. My suggestion to you is go watch the How It Works series that we put on YouTube. It also contains an episode about, actually I think it's 2 episodes, about how armor works in general. And there you will find a good explanation of why you, for example, get over-penetrations and how that works. One of these days, evil friend, we can also get a backseat, Mr. Conway.
Please shoot that guy.
When is Jingles Captain available? Has it been announced? Well, we are still looking into it. We wanted to do it with 8.5. After feedback, we might want to do
I can't shoot him.
Few slight changes, but we'll have to see. But we'll.
I see he's right up on my.
Should be soon. Yes, Tofik, exactly.
Seems he didn't launch his torpedoes in my direction.
Ravensburn, you just get a new keyboard. The F keys don't register properly in World of Warships, even though they register fine in World of Tanks. Can you do me a favor? Go into your Wargaming Center, get a Wargaming Center check, and send it with a customer support ticket to our customer support. Describe your issue, and then we can take a look into it. Can you replace the standard scenario announcer with Mr. Conway? Can look into that.
Well, if there are any mod makers in chat, I'm sure Crysantos and me would be happy to sit down and record some voice lines, and we can release it as a mod.
Maktab, once more
I'm sorry, why nobody's shooting at gearing?
Did you have 3?
What? Is that the only way to make somebody shoot? That's rubbish.
Yes.
No, but it helps. It helps focus.
I've shot him multiple times, by the way.
Yeah, he's still alive. And don't tell
I just over-penetrated him 4 times.
Oh, something ate my torpedoes.
Anyways, so back up the question about rentals and ranked, whether it was a success. So, of course, that's not the only factor. But right now, the ranked season hasn't been going on for ages. What I can tell you is that, yes, a lot of people are actually using rentals. So in that regard, it is a success. But it's a success because I know all of the feedback that we collect from community channels. You know me and Mr. Conway. We read a lot, and we saw your comments around that. So it's
I think you've got the motto.
Too early to say.
Unless he's gonna. No, he's gonna.
We'll look into all of the aspects of rental ships, and then we'll make a decision about the
Not even one?
No, 1?
Oh.
2? 2, nice. I can't believe that gearing survived.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's in the cab.
Andreas, we wanted to.
It's Martel in the cap. Somebody just finished that thing. Ah, finally Lexi is going for it. Is he coming here? No. Ah, Hydro.
Yeah, Emerald, I hear you, and that's why it's good that you guys go to the forums. You let us know what you think about this, and then us as community managers, we take that feedback and we present it to our developers, and then they can make up their mind about whether they want to keep this feature or not. The only thing I ask of you, and you know me, is please keep that feedback constructive, and then it can be negative, it can be can criticize. That's always fine. Just keep it constructive, and if you think that, for example, rentals are a bad idea, just explain why. If you have any experience, like what happened, please give examples, for example, and that helps us a lot to be able to paint a good picture of why it's a bad idea.
Can't believe I had to waste a full volley into him.
Oh, and is there finally the camp for you?
Yes.
How do you like Somos?
Oh, it's lovely, but
there he is.
Yes, he will die now. I promise you.
Are you going to keep that promise?
Oh.
And you keep your promises.
Okay. Well.
Anything else, my lord?
I was about to kill him, but yes, good job. Okay. Time to push.
Charles Martin needs a buff. I don't agree.
See, so about the chance of a proper observer mode in special event matches, it's something that we would love to have, right? But looking at all of the things we want to get into the game, and
it actually might come, right?
Well, so the thing is that we have a list of things, things that definitely need to make it into the game, things that we would like to really see in the game. This is part of we would like to see it in the game, but it's a lot of other things need to go into the game, and improvements have to be made, new content has to be created, and thinking about how many players actually going to use something like an observer mode compared to other features that would be used by the, let's say, at least not vast majority, but by the majority of players. That's always a decision where we have to think about where we're going to put the resources, and then make that decision.
You guys know us, right? You know how much we have been and will be involved with King of the Sea in the future as well. You can rest assured that we are the people pushing for this.
And the meme, if you think that wargaming developers need a buff, feel free to apply and help us out. Because
we're not doing that bad.
You're fine. I think it was a comment about developers, not you playing.
Oh,
but in general, it's easy to criticize without knowing the context or doing it yourself. So.
Wow, that Jean Bart really needs to die.
Is there any plan to remove Bourgogne from the arsenal? You bought Stalingrad and you're saving steel for Bourgogne now, but you only have 3k steel so far. So I don't know about any plans about removing Bourgogne from the arsenal right now. So it's not in the near to midterm future. Whether reward ships might be removed at some point, that's always. I can't say never, right? Right now, I would say it's unlikely because we still have ships like the Black, for example, or the Flint available in the arsenal. So I don't think they're going to go away any time in the foreseeable future. So I think you should have enough time, but I don't want to say never because never say never.
I can smoke you if you slow down.
What do you mean smoke me?
Hey, just take a breather.
But why?
So
I'm fine.
That doesn't look.
I'm at 50% health, and then I still have Kuznetsov heal coming.
That's exactly what you're looking for, right?
Yes, I've never triggered it.
And Ashwell is rating us with a party of 16. Thank you very much, Ashwell. Takro is asking, how about that gun bloom reintroduction that was promised? So the thing is that yes, we want to have that as a proper change, but there are a few things that we need to get into the game first that have a higher priority. So I would say it's a midterm thing, so it'd probably take a few months. That's the most honest estimation I can give you. Wish list to see in-game improvements or additions. So my personal wish list is usually quality of life stuff. I've been playing this game for over 3 years now. Any buff to UI is always.
Oh, I've triggered Kuznetsov.
Did it kick in?
Yes. Don't know if it's gonna be enough though.
For the very first time. because this is the first time that he actually sees him in action.
Die, CV, die.
And otherwise, for me, like I love to see like improvements about how maybe have some.
Oh God,
like
CV just died.
Let me kill the CV. Thank you, Kuznetsov. 3.9 million potential damage.
Seriously, he's gonna dodge all my torpedoes again? No. Hit one at least. Ah, come on!
See, always a pleasure. Have fun at work. Our CV is dead, yes, but so is the enemy CV.
I think we're gonna lose this one. I'll stay pessimistic as ever.
Broxar is asking, will we ever see ships like Kronstadt and Musashi in the premium shop like Jean Bart and the other battle cruisers? Maybe, but I don't know. There's a chance, but
kill this thing.
Kill this thing.
Nice work.
Good job. Looks like a win. I don't want to jinx it.
Well, yes, this should be a win.
Black Cloud Medic is asking, any chance for CVs to get fighters as controllable squadron? Maybe at some point in the future, but not in the near to midterm future, as far as I know. And who was it who was asking? Andreas, I think. Can you apply to become a CC, even if you don't stream at the moment? Well, you can apply, but it will significantly reduce your chance of becoming a CC. When MrConway and me are going to review your channel and see that you're inactive. They will put you on the very far end of the list. So only apply if you think you meet the requirements. Very happy to take a look at the content you're creating. And, well, apply when you're active. Otherwise it doesn't make sense, right? Neither for you nor for us. Ravensburn. Well, at least that's my favorite problem. A problem that basically solves itself. So I was very happy to help you and provide assistance by at least being here.
I hope one of my torpedoes hit. Yes.
I think maybe what you shot at the Jobant might have been overkill.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes.
Because he dodged all my torpedoes before. This time
so
I
now
took
you
no
wanted
chances.
to make sure, yes. Bruder Nuss is asking, is there a possibility to get a captain like Halsey, Yamamoto, or Kuznetsov for the Germans?
Radar.
Absolutely. But I can't give you any time frame or time scale when this might happen.
We might lose. I mean, it's unlikely at this stage.
Is Sehales having a good time? Yes, Sehales is having a very good time on his vacation in the northern part of Germany and taking a well-deserved break. Yes, there is no such thing as overkill and firepower, and apparently also not in the usage of caps lock.
I really like the fan of torpedoes that you shot his way.
No escape, boys.
Hammerald is asking, have you watched anything interesting, exciting to play from E3? Well, probably not.
There is an escape.
Probably not the best place to talk about this, but I think if you like Keanu Reeves, then
seriously?
you know what I.
Oh no,
like.
He's gonna eat. Yeah, he's dead. Oh no.
Oh
my god! I take it as an offense.
You jinxed it, man. You jinxed it.
I just gun him down now. Shoot him! Shoot him! Do it! Yes.
Broxar, I know what you're trying to get at, but it's really hard to swap them out by now. So.
Who's left?
There's an Iowa.
Will there be an opportunity to achieve the Pan-Asia unique commanders Darong and Quanrong again? Maybe.
We can think about it.
Yes, I mean, I think especially when it comes to commanders, we know that some people might have missed out on that. So we'll see, but not unrealistic. Will Jingle's captain be available in any other way than Arc Royale? You can be sure that you can get your hands on Captain Jingles in a good and easy way.
Arc
Royale? That is not tied to Arc Royale.
Why would he be tied to Arc Royale?
Yeah, why?
I think just because he probably just assumes that there's a British premium ship coming out. There's Jingles.
No.
So
is it
I think
no.
I think the reason why is because when we credited him to contributors to review, I think Arc Royale was given us the default assignment because it was the only British test ship that we had on the ship on the server. But he has no connection to Arc Royale. Jingles is, if anything, historically should be a destroyer captain.
And at Albert Schneider, I can pass it along, but there's not much more I can say about this.
4 kills. I didn't notice.
Nice work. Benson is on the hunt.
I think, yeah.
Will you be able to turn off Jingles in-game? Well, first of all, you just like any other commander. He's going to act like any other commander.
Look, I just if you don't want to turn Jingles on, then you're not going to
turn Jingles on.
Found a way.
That came out wrong.
We can talk to Rita and ask her.
Oh my God! Stop.
No, but what I mean is, you will have to specifically choose to receive Jingles in game. We're not just going to give him to you. So if you, I just don't understand why you would choose to get Jingles and then not turn them on. So
maybe he's turned off by Jingles. Why does Jingles look like the captain of the Titanic? That's a question you have to ask him, Pleb Jesus. Also love the name. Are you the savior of the plebs?
CEO Valley says, hashtag give Ark Royal Swordfish torpedoes, and Ark Royal will have Swordfish torpedoes. It's just that in the test iteration that we were looking at, she didn't have the models, no. But she will have, upon release, Swordfish torpedo models.
And we're still asking, will
Look at
the
those beautiful
Snowflake
torpedoes.
Event come back? That was a lot of fun. I can give you a clear mayhaps. We will see.
He does these.
You are not the master of torpedoes today, right?
No,
Well, I say that you already hit with 5 torpedoes, but... Oh, your smoke is ready.
Wait. Now I will.
Or speed boost.
Well, I just wanted to stop quickly.
You might be able to do more damage with AP on his superstructure.
I want to set him on fire, then I will shoot.
It's over.
I was all about to get my Kraken if I would have done better job with torpedoes.
Maybe he's good enough? Well then, Anvil, there you have your answers.
Sparky says, Jingles is also a Geordie. How some of his lines were not in his native tongue is also an opportunity missed. Well, Jingles chose how to deliver those lines. You're going to have to complain to him. I
was about to say a compliment to this guy, but...
Good job.
Not even 2K basics.
So, but...
Oh, look at that. Spoken like a true champion.
Just saw that he missed it by 3 XP. So, guys, I hope you like this format, and before we say goodbye, please let me know in chat whether you would like to see this triple setup that we're now doing for the 2nd time, I think.
Yes.
Whether you would like to see this more often, maybe as a monthly thing, because I think it's actually working quite well. But let us know in chat whether you would like to see this more often or something else, so that we know whether we're doing a good job here or whether we should focus on doing like a different kind of themed stream.
Yeah, thank you very much for showing up. There were lots of you here, which is always fantastic. We always love to see that. But as is tradition at the end of one of our live streams, at least if you're watching us on Twitch, we are going to pick one of our glorious community contributors who do a lot, for the sort of overall health and of the community, and raid him. So who is it going to be today? If you have suggestions, please feel free to pop them in Twitch chat right now.
Hey, this can be an add-on as well.
What can be add-on?
You can end of the chat. You can ask the players or watchers who you want to raid, like a vote.
Yeah, it would be hard to.
Yes, we usually ask guys, so you can give you suggestions who to raid. Who's online? Flambers, Mr. McCavity, Mr. Gibbons. Let's stick with English, so not the Germans.
We go?
Why don't we go for Mr. McCavity?
Mr. McCavity.
Mr. McCavity. I think we haven't rated him in a while.
Mr. McCavity is a good guy.
Is he ready though?
Guys,
is he prepared?
Please go say what are we gonna say?
Flambers, we'll do Flambers another time, because usually he stops streaming around this time, at least Warships usually.
Okay, guys, everybody, I would like you, if you are on Twitch, to join the Raid Flambers channel and just
Mr.
McCavity's channel, and please just give him greetings from the Warships team. We'll keep it nice today.
The Trinity.
The Warships team.
The triplets.
The triplets. Okay.
European Trinity.
The triplets send their love, right? The triplets send their love. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, please have a great weekend. Play World of Warships, and remember, you can use my amazing bonus code. Sexy reveal one more time. It is So You Think You're Tough to get my special Mr. Conway's Rush B challenge and prove that you are a true Soviet battleship commander. But until next week, goodbye. Have fun.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.